Yes, it's me, Rima, once again back with you, and today's lesson is all about phrases with the word dead. Now, English we know is a funny language, okay? So there's a lot of words, a lot of phrases which have the word dead in it, but they actually have nothing to do with really being dead. That's right, and that's what I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to take you through these phrases which you can use as and when they're needed to be used, but you don't have to worry about having to fall dead. Okay, the first one on my list is dead end. Now, dead end actually does not mean that anyone or anybody is dying or dead. It actually means being stuck, or no hope, or no more progress. So if I had to use dead end in a sentence, I would say something like, the detective followed all the clues possible, but they all led to a dead end, which means they all got him to a point and then got him stuck with no hope of any more progress. I could also use dead end in a sentence if I was to talk about, say, I was to talk about my life when I'm going through a really bad phase of my life. I could say something like, my life is at a dead end, which means there is no more hope for progress in my life. So that's what dead end means, and I hope you're able to use this with absolute ease. It sounds really good. It sounds like you really know your language. The next one on my list happens to be dead beat. Now, this has nothing to do with musical beats, okay? It actually means either someone who is very useless or someone who's very tired. So if I had to talk about somebody who was absolutely useless, somebody who never went to work, somebody who's lazy, I could say, please avoid the man who lives down the lane. I've heard he's a deadbeat, which means I've heard he's somebody who's not really worthy of your trust and time because he doesn't do anything, anything solid for work, or he's fairly useless like that. So that's the meaning of deadbeat in one context, and the second meaning is somebody who's very tired. So after a long day, I could say something like, I've had such a long day, I am so deadbeat, which means I am very tired and I can't bear to do another thing today. So those are the two meanings of deadbeat. One meaning someone who's useless, or someone who's tired. The next one on my list is very interesting, dead meat. Now, if you're hungry and if you've started fantasizing about all sorts of meat, because after all meat is dead, please don't go there, because dead meat actually does not mean anything related to food. Dead meat means someone who is in a lot of trouble. So if I had to use dead meat in a sentence, I would say something like, one day Larry told me, my girlfriend actually knows what I'm up to. She knows I'm lying. I'm dead meat. Which means Larry was in so much trouble that he was as good as dead meat. That's right. So that is the meaning of dead meat, and that's how you use it in a sentence. Someone who is in a lot of trouble, and mostly this trouble is self-created. Next one on my list is dead to the world. Now, dead to the world could be somebody who has cut off from the world, or somebody who is sleeping very soundly. That's right. Now, those are the two meanings of dead to the world. One is someone who has cut off completely from the world, or the other one where someone is sleeping very soundly. So if I had to use it in a sentence, with respect to the first meaning, I would say something like, when Jenny lost her mother, she was dead to the world for almost the next 6 months. Which means Jenny decided to cut off from the world. She absolutely detached from the outside world in order to grieve. And the second way you could use dead to the world in a sentence could be like, I was so tired yesterday, I slept as if I was dead to the world. Which means I slept very soundly. I was almost as good as dead. That's how deeply and soundly I slept. So that is dead to the world for you. Moving on, I have as good as dead. Now this one can get a little confusing because, it's saying as good as dead. Now, are they trying to say that dead people are good or good people are dead? No. I'm just trying to mess with you and confuse you. Actually, as good as dead means someone who is very absent, or who is never present. So I could use this in a sentence by saying, when Jenny was growing up, her father was so absent that he was as good as dead. He was never there. So do you get it? Do you get the drift? That's how clearly and simply you can use it in a sentence. So as good as dead actually means someone who's very absent, who is never ever present, that he might as well be dead. So that is as good as dead. Moving on, in the dead of the night. That's right. Now this is something that you get to read a lot in books, especially mystery books, books which have a lot of suspense and thrill. Something like, in the dead of the night, she awoke and she heard a loud scream. I'm sure you've read that before, haven't you? So in the dead of the night means in the absolute stillness and quiet of the night. So what they're trying to say by using this phrase dead of the night is that the nights are generally dead, as in they're not like dead as in there is no life in the night. It just means that it's so absolutely quiet, still and pitch dark that the night might as well be like a dead night. And in the dead of the night, when you suddenly hear a sound, I'm sure you get surprised and shocked and even like taken aback. So that's what in the dead of the night means. So it sounds like a line from a mystery novel. And moving on, I have, this one's my favorite, dead on my feet. So imagine I come to you and say, no, not today. I can't take a lesson for you today. I'm dead on my feet. Well, my expression says it all, because dead on my feet means very, very tired, exhausted even. So dead on my feet is used because it's as if that your entire body has actually died because you're so tired and you're just dragging that dead body on your feet, which is why you call yourself dead on my feet. That means very, very tired. So when Susan had a long day and came home to her twins, she had to actually apologize to them and say, "I'm sorry, kiddos, I'm dead on my feet." So, well, that's what dead on my feet is. And the last one on my list for today, dead set against. Now, take a guess. What does this mean? Does it mean that we're talking about game, set and match, so that's set? Or does it have anything to do with war and battle, which is why it's got against? Dead set against, which means completely against. Now, the person could be against anything, an idea, an event, another person. So, Susan was dead against Renee's opinion. So she's against an idea here. I am dead against having the birthday party late at night. So that means that I'm dead against the idea of having that event. So dead set against means completely against. I am dead set against people who decide to make racial remarks. So, I'm against people who decide to make racial remarks. So that's what dead set against means. And this was my list of phrases which have the word dead in it, but have nothing to do with death really. It's just the way, these phrases are used, and the word dead actually plays a very important role in conveying the meaning. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you can use these phrases in your vocabulary and make it part of your daily talk. And in case you want to know more about these phrases or you want to say something to me, make sure you type in the comment box below. If you want to listen to new lessons in English, many more such exciting lessons, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And it's time that Rima says bye, because she's dead serious about getting home on time. Bye-bye.